We're going to get started with our media availabilities. Following Coors Light Pole Award qualifying for tomorrow's Zippo 200 at the Glen, we are joined by Brad Keselowski, the driver of the number 22 Fleetwood REV Group Ford, who has qualified second for tomorrow's race, which completes a Penske front row, duplicating last year's front row. Talk a little bit about your lap out there.
Hold on, let me see if I can figure this microphone out. I guess it doesn't come out of there. Yeah, it's a decent run all in all for both of us. I didn't think we were going to actually be able to pull that off for a number of reasons. First off, I thought the 18 and the 42 in practice were really, really strong. It was going to be tough for anyone to beat those guys. And then, of course, on my first run, I think I was fourth, so third or fourth. And so we made another run and went back out there. And you never know on those deals if you're going to gain speed or lose speed. More times than not, you don't pick up. But we did this time, and so made me feel like it was worth going back out and doing it. But I don't know. I haven't seen the video yet. Somebody said we were, first all the way to turn 10. So kind of makes me look back at that one and think how I could get a little more out of 10 and 11. But all in all, a decent run, a good place to get started from.
Great. Well, I'll open up for questions for Brad. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Start over there with Zach.
Zach, at hands ready, front stretch. This is the third straight year you and Joey have swept the pole here. It's the fifth straight pole for Penske here. So what's it about this place? And you think this can be the place you guys can turn your Xfinity Series program around? Yeah,
it's been a good track for us, obviously, with those numbers, Zach. I think that it's hard to pinpoint one reason why. I know one thing, you got to run hard here. You got to use every curb. You got to push your car to limits. It's a really fast track. We're really aggressive, and I guess that probably just suits our style as a team and drivers.
And you had a Facebook Live thing you did last night, gave out some Miller Lights to some fans, drove around. Was that your idea, and how fun was that?
It was 50-50 between my girlfriend and I. But, yeah, we're trying to have a little bit of fun. Social media is an ever-changing game. And it seems like what was hip 2 or 3 years ago is now not hip. So as it changes, trying to stay up with the trends and what's cool and what's not and have a little bit of fun with it yourself is important. And, I think in general the Watkins Glen track here has an amazing facility with respect to fans and what you see in the campground and so forth. And I love being a part of that. I love doing that. It fits pretty well with my sponsor, Miller, but I just really wanted to go out and see and say hey to some of my fans. And I was a little nervous I wasn't going to find anybody that was a fan of mine. Sometimes if you go off of driver intros, there's probably not very many. But we were lucky we found someone right away, I guess, and had a little bit of fun with them. And to see them get excited and go through all that wave of emotions is pretty cool. And it's fun to be able to share that with other people.
We'll go over here to Stan.
Brad, Stan Creekmore with the RacingExperts.com. With the racetrack being repaved, you pretty much learn every single lap something new. What do you think is the biggest thing you learned that helped you in the qualifying today?
Yeah, I mean, it's, the track is changing dramatically as the cars run on. They lay rubber down, they change it. When we started practice here Thursday, the track was about 5 seconds slower than what it was here in qualifying. That's a very, very dramatic change in pace. 5 seconds is at least 10-mile-an-hour average speed. So, that's a good way to put it in perspective. I ran wide open on my last run through the S's here in qualifying. And in, there's 3 turns in the S's. And in practice, when the track was just starting out, you could barely run half throttle through those 3 corners. So the track changes dramatically as it takes rubber. The tire compound itself is a very, very hard compound. So it takes a while for it to put rubber down. But as we've seen the practice sessions go on and the cars from the Xfinity, Xfinity Cup side and K&N side have put that rubber down, the track is picking up speed, it's picking up grip. Your points that you use continue to move, and you continue to drive the car that much harder still. And that's a tough process. It's tough because these tracks are so about getting in a rhythm. And when the grip level is changing every lap, it's pretty hard to get in a rhythm, Stan. But it's a very challenging racetrack by itself, and the repave is adding a whole nother dynamic to it that I think we're going to see play out over the next 2 days. with races that have a lot of action, a lot of sideways, a lot of spin outs, and probably a lot of crashes.
We'll go to Holly.
Holly Kane, NASCAR.com. Brad, how do you see yourself as a road course racer? Are you feel pretty confident, pretty comfortable on it? And is doing a race like tomorrow to help you get some more laps on the road course and get familiar?
Yeah, I think this is probably my best road course for sure. I've always loved this place since I was a kid. I remember the first time I came here, and I liked coming here. I liked the track. I liked everything about it, and I still do. And I don't know why, but that kind of plays to how I run here. It's been an enjoyable place for me. You can be so aggressive here, and I think that's great. It's a track, obviously, as you saw probably from the video and testing, that can bite you really big, and that's tough. But in general, it's got banking, it's got uphills, it's got downhill, and it has a lot of speed. And I think that's a really cool thing.
Do we have any additional questions for Brad? All right, Brad. Well, thanks. Congratulations on that qualifying finish, and good luck the next 2 days.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys.